7 reasons why oxygen sensor codes keep coming back. An oxygen sensor is a device that measures the amount of oxygen in the exhaust. There is no specific code that indicates that your oxygen sensor or related parts need to be replaced, hence it is crucial to evaluate all the factors that contributed to your specific error code. If your oxygen sensor codes keep coming back, it is usually because something other than the O2 sensor is at fault. It might be anything from defective spark plugs to bad wiring. As a result, it is critical to examine all the things that led to your specific error codes. If you replace the oxygen sensor because the check light was on or have a code for an oxygen sensor that does not mean the problem has been solved, it might be due to an issue in another sensor. Hundreds of factors might cause the check engine light to illuminate. Even if you have a code for a certain component, which does not indicate it is the problem. The code is not the solution to the problem, rather, it directs the technician's diagnostic method so that the correct repair can be determined. Now let's discuss 7 reasons why oxygen sensor codes keep coming back. Number 1. Faulty oxygen sensor. The most common reason for oxygen sensor codes to keep coming back is a faulty oxygen sensor itself. If the sensor is damaged or has failed, it may not be able to accurately measure the oxygen content in the exhaust gas, leading to inaccurate readings and recurring codes. Number 2. Replacing the wrong oxygen sensor. Incorrect oxygen sensor swap is highly consequential and can have serious impacts on the functioning of a vehicle's internal combustion system. Number 3. Faulty internal circuit. When you see the word circuit in a code, do not just think about the part, think about the entire circuit. This code may be shown by an open circuit generated by a damaged wire or by an open heating element inside the sensor. Fault codes indicate a test failure, but are not instructions for replacing parts. Number 4. Recognize that the light will not turn off instantly. It is important to recognize that the check engine light will not immediately turn off after an issue is resolved. Rather, it may take a few drive cycles for the vehicle's onboard computer, ECU, to detect that the fault has been remedied and update its status accordingly. It is a common internet myth that the code must be manually cleared, which is incorrect. Sometimes, after passing all of the tests, the powertrain control module will turn off the light. Number 5. Engine problems. The failure may not be caused by a defective oxygen sensor, thus there could be no problem with the parts you replaced. Some other engine codes are incorrectly referred to as oxygen sensor codes. Before changing any parts, more information is needed to decode these codes. Do not rely on someone's explanation of data like emissions error codes. Always get the complete code number from the owner's manual of your vehicle. Number 6. Incorrectly installed sensor. If the oxygen sensor was not properly installed or seated correctly, it may not function correctly and could cause recurring codes. Number 7. Wiring issues. Another potential cause of recurring oxygen sensor codes is a problem with the wiring that connects the sensor to the ECU. If the wiring is damaged or has become loose, it can interfere with the sensor's ability to transmit data to the ECU, leading to incorrect readings and recurring codes. So, after all the testing, you should be able to determine whether the O2 sensor is defective or whether something else is at fault. You can fix the O2 sensor yourself if you are certain it is faulty. If you are not sure whether or not your O2 sensor is bad, take your vehicle to a mechanic or a dealership for a professional inspection. Remember that treating the problem sooner will keep your engine running and prevent significant difficulties, such as catalytic converter replacement. Thanks for watching. And subscribe to Easy Car Electrics for more details.